All right, we are back with another tier list. This is the update 2 tier list. I'm gonna try to make this the most accurate tier list for anime Vanguards that we have so far. I'm gonna drop this before the new update comes out, update 2.5. That's gonna introduce a whole lot of new characters. So I just want you guys to know where everything is right now. We have Godly, Z+, Z, S, A, B, and then the support units. All right, let's get right into this video. All right, first off, we're gonna start with the old units. Let's go ahead and just pull up a random character. Alligator, one of the best supports. One of the best support units in the game. We could probably just start with all the supports. Haruka, one of the best support units in the game. Let's see. We have Sprint Wagon. We have Takarota. You know, we have all, these are just all the supports in the game, right? Just the support category. All right, next we have, oh, we can put Sasuke. We can put Sasuke in support too. Sasuke is a stunning support unit. He's not a very good DPS. He's just there to stun the units, to stop the waves, basically. Next we have our DPSs. Well, let's go ahead and pull out all our DPSs. We forgot about Todo. He's a support as well. All right, Igris. One of my favorite DPSs in the game is Z+. Z+ for sure. Z+ for sure. Not Godly, not yet Godly. Maybe when he has Sanjin Woo with him, then he goes up to Godly, but I'll put him in Z+. Definitely Z+. And then Chayin has fallen off. Chayin has fallen off. I will say Chayin has fallen off quite a bit since her release. She was one of the very first mythics in the game. It's just, yeah, she's just not as great as she used to be. And then we have Vegeta. Vegeta moved down a little bit. Vegeta was in Z+ or Godly before, but I feel like he's Z now because we just have so many other boss killers in the game. He is very cost efficient, of course, and he's very usable. He's still one of the best units in the game, but like with the new fake units that dropped in the game, he's just not the best boss killer in the game. There are better options. They are just better options. We have Rengoku, one of the exclusive units. He's gonna go in S. He is a DPS, but he is more of a burn enabler. So he causes other units that deal burn to deal more burn damage to them. So he's more of a support, but he's also a DPS because he could do damage himself as well. So next we have Alucard. Alucard is the best bleed unit in the game. The best bleed unit in the game. Full AoE bleed and has an active ability that summons what is called his vampire things. Yeah, he's the best, one of the best units in the game, one of the best bleed units in the game. He can be played as a DPS, he can be played as a support, but he is there. He's a full AoE, one of the best utility units in the game. Next up, we have Obito. Obito, I'll put him in A. They haven't really done anything with the units, like the old units. Like Chayin and Obito fell off hard. Obito had a nerf in the first 2 weeks of the game that caused his burn damage to only be on hit and not over time. So that's kind of disappointing, to be honest, but it is what it is. We have Tengen here. I'll put Tengen as Z+. Z, maybe Z. Move him down a little bit. Tengen with Monarch is a very, very, very good unit. He was part of the Demon Slayer update in 0.5. He was gapping Igris for a little bit, but they ended up buffing Igris, and Igris paired up with Sanjin Woo's ability makes him crazy. That's where we're gonna put Sanjin Woo is in Z. Sanjin Woo is one of the best units in the game still. He has multi-hit on his placement, and then he infinitely stacks his attack. So if you have Monarch on him and you go into an infinite or something, he's just gonna keep stacking. Gonna be stacking and stacking and stacking. And when you use Sanjin Woo's active ability, it gives Igros a permanent buff for the rest of the fight. So that's amazing. Next we have, let's start with Okarun Turbo. Put him in S. I'll put him in S. I don't want to say he's trash, but he's not up here with these units. They did buff the Dandadan characters, but as an exclusive unit, he's just not that strong in my opinion, in my honest opinion. We have Gojo. I know I'm all over the place, but just bear with me, guys. Gojo is one of the best units in the game. Like when they dropped the JJK update for update 1, man, it was him and Sukuna Monarch. Like, look at it. Like, they are insane, both of them. Just crazy. Sukuna boosts bleed damage, gets 300% attack on his active ability, has a cone AoE with flames, and then Gojo completely stops the wave, stops time, has a full AoE. They're both just crazy units, so they're definitely going to be in Godly. Next, we have Naruto Six Tails. He's trash. He's trash. I've been begging the developers to buff him for forever, but he's trash. He's just trash, unfortunately. I wish he was better, but he's trash. Then we have Julius Explosion. I kind of want to move Julius to Godly. He's one of the best utility units in the game as well. He's support and the DPS. He increases his own range, he increases his own attack, and he freezes enemies on hit. So he's a great unit to have. Then we have Toji. Toji, he is the best shield breaker in the game. He's in Z+. He has a full AoE in his upgrades, and then you could switch him from being a boss killer to being a regular DPS. So he has more range on his chain blitz and stuff like that. And then on his other active ability, he has 2. He becomes a boss killer, which shreds bosses, increase damage to bosses, and he's great. He's great, and automatically breaks shields and ignores damage reduction from enemies. So he's just a great all-around unit. If you want to put him in Godly, you can argue that, but I'll just put him in Z+ to have this a little balance. If honestly, I feel like Toji and Julius are probably in the same tier, so I'll put them both Z+. Next we have Choso. Choso is another really good bleed unit. If you don't have Alucard, you use Choso. But I would not put him in Z+ with these units. He's more on Vegeta and Tengen's level, in my opinion. All right, next we have, who do we want to pick up here? Puini. Puini, I'll put him. He's a little stronger than Okarun, so I'll put him in Z. He's a decent DPS. He's one of the better water DPSs because Akaza is kind of not as good as him. I wouldn't put Akaza above Okarun or Rengoku. I'd put him right here in A with Giant and Obito. But yeah, if you want a water unit, you want to either go with Julius or Puini. All right, who else do we have? We have Gilgamesh. Gilgamesh, we're just gonna put him up here. He's godly. He has multi-hit on all of his attacks, on every upgrade. He executes enemies. His active skill gives him increased range with a full AoE, executing all the enemies around him. He's ridiculous, especially with Monarch. He is ridiculous. He's just him. He's really just him. Who else do we have? I think we covered all of these guys. Toto is in support. Jogo. Oh, Jogo. I'll put Jogo on S. He's a very good DPS. He's a very good burn DPS. I want to put him in Z, but I'm looking at everybody else in Z right now, and is Jogo really Z tier? Let me know in the comments, but I'm gonna put him in S. I'm gonna put Jogo in S, definitely. We covered this whole row. Zion, yeah, we're gonna put him down here. He's not very good. He's a battle pass unit. He's not very good. We're gonna put Mekamaru and I'll put Mahito above Mekamaru because Mekamaru is actually just bad, but Mahito actually has some kind of DPS towards him, and he has sustain. He can sustain himself. Mekamaru just falls off a cliff after a while, and he's just not very good. But these are tournament units, so they're not supposed to be game breaking. Same thing with Broly. He loses a lot of his attack. We're just gonna put him in S. They're just exclusive units. These units are just, I'll put Jogo top of S because he is stronger than a lot of these units, but these units basically all do the same thing, and they have the same kind of power. They're just not very good. Mimi, same thing with Mimi. I'm gonna put Mimi in A. Mimi is not as strong as she should be. I think Psycho is probably the strongest unit in the Dandadan update, but she's just barely stronger than Okarun. So I'm gonna put her above Okarun. She is a burn unit. She's a very good burn unit. We're not gonna touch the rares or the legendaries. I mean, other than the supports, of course. Who else do we have? Diavolo. He is the first ever Vanguard unit in the game, the highest rarity unit, very expensive placement. He is crazy. He stops time. He counters attacks. He does everything. Honestly, he buffs himself. He's really him. They cooked on the unit. He's very, very strong. He's up there for sure with the Gali. He's probably like up here. I'm not putting them in any specific order, but yeah, he's up there for sure. Let's see, who else do we have? Jiro, the JoJo's units. Okay, we're gonna get into those right now in a second. All right, we are here. Jiro's a decent DPS, but he's just not. He's not where he should be. He increases his SPA, he increases his attack. Yeah, I think he increases his range as well, but he's just not very good. Diego can stop time. He has alternate spin. He can cause. Oh no, that's Johnny. I think Johnny has the spin attack that makes people walk backwards. So I would say he's S as well. These JoJo units are basically the same. I would put Valentine in Z because he is actually a pretty decent DPS. He can create clones of himself and everything. It's pretty good. He's pretty good. And then Diego, I'll put him in Z as well, just because he has time stop and is a very, very good crowd control. But that's really it for the JoJo units. They're not crazy. They're not crazy. Then we have the new units for update 1.2. Yeah, update 2. I'm sorry. The updates confuse me a little bit. What they want 1.5, update 1.75. But here we go. Medusa. Medusa has the highest DPS in the game. The highest DPS in the game. So if you want a DPS unit, you want to put a Monarch on a character, yeah, highest DPS in the game. Just off the bat. Lancer, Z+, best boss killer in the game. Better than Vegeta. He's the best boss killer in the game. And the Archer has the best crit kit in the game. So he's Z+ as well. Then we have Saber, amazing DPS as well. We're gonna put them in Z+, and then we're gonna put you, Medea, in Z. Is it S, Z? I'll put them in S. And then we have Ishtar, which is probably the worst unit in this whole update, but still decent. All right, really quick, looking back at Ishtar and what she does get plus 1% damage with each attack performed up to 50%. And then when she's in the range of another Fate unit, her damage goes up by 12%, and she's also buffing that other unit's damage by 12%. So Gilgamesh is getting a buff, Medea's getting a buff, Medusa's getting a buff, Saber's getting a buff, Archer's getting a buff, Lancer's getting a buff. Everybody is getting a buff. That's a great passive. She's a support unit for a specific group of characters, and that's great. And then she gets an active ability upon activating, hits all enemies in range plus 1% every kill, up to 22%, immune to status ailments for the duration of the ability. She's a really good unit, so she's not bad at all. I'm gonna have to move her up to maybe like S or Z tier because she's insane. She's very good. So in this update, we got 5 new meta units in the game, and 2 of them being godly. Well, you can argue that, like, you can put them here. You can put Saber down here with Medea. You could put her up here. It's really interchangeable. It doesn't matter. They're all crazy units. Like all the units in the Fate update are ridiculous. So they're all ridiculous. Now, granted, I know Valentine is a secret unit, but compared to Saber and Gilgamesh and that, nah, she's not up there. I would want to put Mimi down. I'd put Mimi down for sure. Would I put Broly in S? Probably not. Would I put Mahito in S? Probably. Would I put Okarun in S? Maybe. He does decent damage. Should I keep Tengen in Z? I think he'll be in Z until the next update. Puini, I'll keep him in Z as well because he reduces his SPA and literally he uses hands. He's a boxer. He's a boxer. He's insane. Akaza, yeah, stays there. Alligator, Haruka, Rin, Sprint Wagon, all the support units. Yep. Yeah. Am I missing anybody? Let me double check. I got Sukuna, Toji, Alucard. Yep. I think I got everybody. Yeah, that's it. That's the tier list. In Godly, we have Diavolo, Alucard, Gojo, Sukuna, Gilgamesh, and Archer. In Z+, we have Igros, Toji, Julius, Medusa, Lancer, and Saber. In Z, we have Vegeta, Tengen, Chozo, Puini, Sanjin Woo, Valentine, and Dio. In S, we have Jogo, Rengoku, Psycho, Okarun, Mahito, Johnny, Jiro, and Medea. And A, we have Cheyenne, Obito, Akaza, Mekamaru, Ishtar, and Broly. In B tier, we have Naruto, Zion, and Mimi. And in support, we have Alucard, Alligator, Haruka Rin, Sprint Wagon, Takarota, Blossom, Sasuke, and Toto. If you guys enjoyed this video, make sure to leave a like down below. Comment what you think about this tier list. Is this accurate? Is this correct? What would you change? Who would you move up? Who would you move down? Let me know in the comments. I'm listening to everybody. We could talk about it in the comments. It's your boy LorTomo. Peace.
Wait.